This is my review of last night's Night Callers radio, which was a great show, by the way. The show had as its guest Hawk Spearman, who is one of the hosts of Bigfoot Truth and Lies, which comes on Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern, 6 Central on Blog Talk Radio. Hawk talked quite a bit about his interest in the Sasquatch, and he also talked about the first time he'd ever actually had a sighting was in an area called County Road 6 in Coshocton County, Ohio, which, from what I understand, is a very major hotspot. I've been there, and I know. I was able to see, I didn't see anything, but that was where, when I was there earlier this year, we had rocks thrown at me, boulders thrown at us, from the top of a ridge. And, anyway, Hawk talked quite a bit about some of the things he's experienced on County Road 6. He talked about how he was pretty much scared to death of the squatches in that area. There was one place he used to live called, what he called Sasquatch Mountain. He actually lived at the base of a large ridge. He and his wife Karen, and he and his wife had a lot of experiences, including his wife Karen seeing what she called a white bear, but it wasn't a white bear. There are no white bears in Ohio. It was a white baby squatch, is what it was. And also Hawk talked about how he got this footage. He got this video footage of a face in 1999. He got this video footage of some sort of a face, which may have been the face of a squatch. And there's a still photograph on the internet of that, which I find very fascinating. But Hawk was not the only one on the show. Also, you had our good friends Froggy, who is also the co-host of Bigfoot Truth and Lies, and Tony, the other co-host of Bigfoot Truth and Lies, our good friend from down under. The only caller I know of was myself. I called in during the second hour and got to talk to Hawk, and we talked about County Road 6 and things like that. I also I asked Hawk what the cultural significance was in the Cherokee and Apache legends there was as far as Sasquatch, how that applied culturally to his people. He said it pretty much, he said that, yeah, there is that aspect, but he didn't really think about it all that much. He thinks it's just, he thinks it's universal. Hawk thinks that Sasquatch is universal, which I'm always interested in. And I got to talk to Hawk about County Road 6, and we got to talking about other things as far as, I told him, hey, I got to say on the show that, hey, in some places, Sasquatches will throw these rocks about that big at you. In Ohio, on County Road 6, they throw boulders. I said, they throw friggin' boulders. Oh, boy. Footers was a good one. It was about, they were talking about a resurgence of red foxes in California, south of Reno, Nevada. It was a fascinating segment. Also, there was a little bit about a survival tip, which Lauren put out there, about iodine having multiple uses in the field. It can be used to start a fire. It can be used for all kinds of different purposes. Of course, all of us as a kid may remember having iodine put on our cuts when we would get a cut or a scrape, we'd have iodine or mercurochrome put on it. But anyway, I thought that was fascinating. It was a great show, and I really enjoyed it. It was the last show, the last Night Callers for 2010. Next week, the first Night Callers in 2011 is going to be spectacular. They're going to have as their guest a BFRO member and California native Bart Catino, who is also a new father. Well, maybe not new father. I think his baby is about a year old now, and she is a little doll. I've seen her picture. She's a little doll. Anyway, that's going to be a great show, I think, because Bart's a great guy, and that'll begin at 7 Eastern, 6 Central next Sunday night. www.blogtalkradio.com/nightcallers. Now, tonight on MNBRT Radio, Abe and Evie are going to be welcoming Dan Nudrello to the show. I'll begin at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/MNBRT. And then tomorrow night on Bigfoot Truth and Lies, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot Truth and Lies. They're going to talk to hopefully Rand Trusty. Rand Trusty is from Washington State. He is part of the Band of Bigfoot, which is a rock group, a rock band, which does original Bigfoot songs. And Rand is hopefully will be our guest tomorrow night. I'm going to be sitting in as the co-host for Tony, and of course along with Luke Gross. Tony, I got your back, brother. I got your back. I'm co-hosting in your stead, brother. I know you can't do it right now, but I got your back. I got your back. And then Bigfoot Quest. Let's see. I don't know what Bob and Mike have planned for the final Bigfoot Quest of 2010. I'm gonna check it out and see what they've got planned for tomorrow night. And I apologize, Bob and Mike, for not having been listening to the show lately. I'm going to start listening again. I'm going to start coming in the chats and listening again. I apologize for not having done so. But anyway, I'm going to wait to let the page come up and see what they say. Should be a good show either way, because Bob and Mike always have a great show. And they always tend to have great guests. And even when they don't have guests, they always have interesting discussions, like the discussion that Bob and Mike had back this summer about stick structures. I thought that was a fascinating bit of programming. Here we go. The description for Bigfoot Quest for Tuesday night, tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot_Quest. Nezra, Fall 2010 Adirondack Park Expedition Recap. Oh, that should be a good one. That should be a good one, folks. I do encourage you to listen in. Should be a great show. That should be a great show tomorrow night, Tuesday night. So, we got some great programming coming up for you guys on Blog Talk Radio. You got your Night Callers, you got your MNBRT, you got your Bigfoot Truth and Lies, you got your Bigfoot Quest. So, yeah. All I have to say is that we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research.